Everyone, today, oh boy, we got another evolution in the Hasan and Ethan drama. Well, once again, Hasan, I'm not biased, but like time and time again, through my fifth video on this drama, he's proven he's a complete dumbass. Like every single time, shitting on Ethan with nothing backing it up. And this recent video by Ethan, I feel like it's one of the better cases. Showing like how he will literally say anything, to paint enemies, or how he says it, the Zionist pigs perpetuating a genocide. He will say anything on them, you're like peddling shit non-stop to paint them in the worst possible light. So I want to cover Ethan Snow's video, which I feel like has a really funny title called Hasan is a, what's it called? It's like something, Hasan is a Weasley liar. Like it's so fucking funny and true. So I'm gonna talk about that real quick. And if you're wondering like what's going on with the background, the contract in they found asbestos, they found bed bugs, they found parasites in my apartment block. So I'm gonna be chilling at some my stepdad's place for a second, only for a second. But yeah, like after they fix that, I'll be back to my normal place, my normal. Oh, some guy said like it looks like an asylum block. Fuck you. But you check on the video. One of the first key parts I even pulled up and talked about was how Hasan, he watched a clip of the H3 podcast, and Elo was talking like how there was like a moderator in the boardroom in the Israeli government who now had a cause. They want you to end the war or stop the conflict. And she put it like in a good way. Oh, this guy wants to stop the war, and unfortunately, he was recently fired from that boardroom. So that voice of stopping the conflict is now gone, and has led to riots. That guy being Wef Galant, if I'm saying it right. And it turns out that this guy was a real piece of shit. Like back a year ago, where Hasan put up a clip of him saying, not the best shit ever.
Just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump coded.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
The person that they're talking about is Yoav Gallant. Yoav Gallant, alongside Benjamin Netanyahu, has an active petition for his arrest by the ICC. The person that they are talking about here, before getting fired by Benjamin Netanyahu, the person that they're calling a moderating voice, said this, which is the reason why there is an active petition, an active application for a warrant for his arrest by the ICC. I have ordered a complete siege on Gaza. No electricity, no food, no fuel, no water. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals, and we act accordingly.
However, if you actually, in this video by Ethan, he explains very clearly that this context was unbeknownst to Ela, who literally only knew him as of recent. Or she brought him up, like, when she read his name in a headline, an article, and she had no idea that this was the same guy, like describing these people like animals back a year ago.
Here we're talking about Yoav Gallant, who was a member of Netanyahu's war cabinet, who just yesterday was fired by Netanyahu because he wanted to end the war. Once he was fired, people in Israel took to the streets and are protesting because, as far right as Netanyahu's, war cabinet is, he is literally a moderating voice in that cabinet. The problem with Yoav, which I don't even think Ela probably knew at the time because this war's been going on for so long, is that he's somewhat infamous for this quote here. There will be no electricity, no food, no fuel. We are fighting human animals and we act accordingly. Now, a year plus later, for whatever reason, this is the same guy who's advocating for the war to end in Israel. And Ela, looking over the news, sees that people are rioting, that people are upset, and that people who want the war to end are upset that he got fired. And that's basically all that happened. I'm not saying any of this to defend him. What he said and what he's done should very well be investigated by the International Criminal Court, and if he's found, he should submit to an investigation. If he's found guilty, then charge him. But what I am saying is that I think that while Hila misspoke and said he's a good guy, her intention was that, you know, this guy is trying to end the war. And I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page as that being a good thing.
To be fair, I think that's pretty reasonable. I don't think anyone could expect, you know, a guy going from that to now want to enter conflict. So a very understandable mistake to happen. And if she did knew who he was, then yeah, she probably have like a better phrasing, you know, like call him, oh, this guy, you know, did some bad shit. But now he's advocating for like the war to stop because he sees no point in, you know, carrying it on. And most people, believe it or not, they want that. Both, you know, Ethan, Hila, Hasan fans, you know, they want the conflict to end. But Hasan, you know, Hasan put it, you know, in the worst way possible. So again, you know, Ethan, Hila, they look like absolute, you know, Zionist pigs killing Palestinians by the second. I think this part made me realize at what point does it go from him like blatantly lying to like exaggerate the story, and at one point like is he just clearly being moronic? And I think this next part really shows he really is just dumb to the point that he feels malicious. I mean, he's clearly malicious, but there's some parts that are so there's some like dumb connections that you only have to make if you're completely retarded. Just watch I try to like bridge the gap between Ethan and Keemstar, you know, like two people being completely the same. Okay, watch it and then watch, you know, Ethan's reaction to how like that pisses him off. It's so funny.
Like aligning with all these fucking drama peddlers like Keemstar and shit in an effort to try and get me fucking banned is psychotic to me, you know? I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a Weasley little fucking liar. He's just straight up lying. He's just lying right now. In fact, this is a lie that he keeps saying, is that I'm somehow aligning myself with Keemstar. Once again, I'll show you. I went and fished out the original stories. I was talking about Frogan getting shit from a ton of conservatives for her wonderful remarks about hoping American military men get PTSD. I was showing it to say it's not my fault that she's getting harassed when this clip of hers going mega viral on Twitter and being called out by the worst people on the internet, right? Look at, these are all conservative shitbags. These are all people that I disagree with and have openly said terrible things about, including Keemstar. So like the way that he singles him out and says, oh, Ethan is co-signing Keemstar, he's a fucking liar, dude. He's a Weasley little liar.
And again, I really have to mention, Hasan's most dangerous weapon is like, it's just throwing shit out there with no context. And the biggest flaw, but his biggest strength with him is like his streaming ability. Because if you gave this guy like a program of Premiere Pro to like edit videos, he couldn't make a single good response because he only works best when he's saying shit on stream to thousands of gullible people that would just believe it. If he did like a webcam video like Ethan, his point would suck because he'd have no evidence and any serious thinking would just go down a fucking hole. It'd be gone. It'd be absent. Okay, but this next part is my favorite. It's so fucking bizarre. Okay, it's no secret that, you know, Hasan's love and advocating for a terrorist group is very well known. It's well known, but it's packaged differently for his fans, where they don't see him as terrorists. They see them as liberators. The people like terrorist groups, in specific Hezbollah, they've been rebranded as of recent as like, you know, just like I said, liberators, you know, like the kind of people that be fighting, you know, for freedom back in France during World War II, being occupied by Nazi pigs, those kinds of people. It's actually insane. Like, what a decade, what a platform would you see someone like as even said, a Weasley liar? Who else would you see, you know, someone like promoting terrorism, broadcasted on fucking on Twitch and like not be taken down? But it even actually shows the history. And imagine being in the shoes of a Hasan fan. Count any of these crimes that they've done, Hezbollah's done, that actually counts, you know, towards saving Palestinians or freeing Palestine in one tiny bit. Also, I want to say now as well, I really love this guy on the left. He's so fun. I have no idea how he's friends, because I feel like most people that are close to Hasan are like, yes, man. Yes, Hasan, yes, Hasan, yes, Hasan. This guy, the second he knows that the terrorists, like, okay, I don't support them. And Hasan's like, well, I feel like they're effective, actually.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
I'm going to give you guys a crash course on Hezbollah. Let's start back from the beginning. 1983 suicide truck bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. 45 embassy staff were killed, 34 injured. They bombed a French Marine barracks in Beirut, 300 dead. Attempted murder of the head of the Turkish Jewish community. Suicide bombing of the Argentine Jewish Mutual Association building in Buenos Aires, 85 killed, 300 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Bombing of a restaurant near the U.S. Air Force Base in Spain, 18 killed, 83 injured. Car bombs of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, 11 killed, 58 injured. Hijacking of Kuwait airline planes, killed 4. Suicide bombing at the Israeli Embassy in Buenos Aires, 29 killed, 240 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Suspected of carrying out suicide bombing missions against Israeli vacationers in Bulgaria. Indicted for the assassination of former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik al-Hariri.
I don't have an issue with them.
When I made my video on my second video on Hasan and Ethan, that video is like one of the it didn't blow up, but it got the amount of comments shitting on me, calling me ugly, and just like defending Hasan made me realize there really is no winning against these people. Like if they watch this video, they would actually take everything in and be like, well, they're still saving Palestine, they're still saving Palestine. Like all the like seeing car bombs, tourists, being kidnapped and held hostage, all this shit. But like the amount of like psyoping by Hasan has clearly shown that these people it's been effective. And stuff like this will just bypass fans and not see an issue with it. And to like put salt on the wound, he literally praises the former leader that got killed recently, like I think a while back. And like there's actual quotes of this guy, this terrorist leader, saying shit like, this one quote actually blows my mind. Like, if back 10 years ago, if someone promoted like a leader or a terrorist group that had a quote of this on the Wikipedia page, they'd be taken down. They literally have a quote saying, if we search the entire world for a person more cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology, and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Period. Notice, I did not say Israeli. Like what fucking planet, what platform can these people, feel comfortable promoting this shit? And by the way, like if you left Hasan fermenting in this conflict of Israel and Palestine for 6 more months, he would definitely get his quote tattooed on his back in support of the movement, definitely. Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, in general, like, I don't feel like I'm adding anything new to this whole story. Like I'm just being more mind blown by, how much shit Ethan can easily pull up in a video. I mean, in a short 15-minute video, he literally buried Hasan with the worst shit possible. Where if it was anyone else that didn't have like the cover of, supporting Palestine, they'd be fucking cancelled and have the Twitch account banned. And again, like I'm not bringing like a new perspective on this. I mean, somewhat like the unorthodox perspective is that Ethan is in the right, and the most popular perspective is Ethan is a fucking pig. It's a Palestinian child-killing pig. Simply because like the amount of fans that Hasan has made and also like believe this bullshit is so massive. It's the only reason why this drama is still going on right now, and he has people DMing him on Twitter or like making posts on Reddit saying how he's a piece of shit, a murderer, all this crazy shit. And also as well, the amount of backup that Ethan's getting is like barely none. While Hasan has people like Frogan and Denim, who they did get banned, but they were pretty big supporters of this whole movement in link with him, Ethan, I feel like he has no one else. I mean, he has his wife and his team on the H3 podcast, but in terms of like actual people, with a huge reach, I see nobody else. It's actually insane. So overall, if someone can make a response video that's timeless, And I say timeless because I don't think any point in time in the future terrorism would be good to promote. If someone could make a response like that would be timeless and make you look like a fucking psychopath, a piece of shit, then yeah, they've already won the battle by far. And again, I can't see any direction where Hasan can prove his point and that he's on the right, simply because the whole argument was formed on nothing. Again, I have no idea what I think it started from like Frogan calling him a Zionist, and then Hasan peddling shit about how his wife Ela, she was in the IDF, therefore he's a Zionist. Like simply, again, the argument was started off nothing, so it shouldn't go this far, but it has. And also, someone like Hasan literally can't debate people at all because they can't make good points, as evident right now. So I can't say when drama will end, but I can say like definitively, when people look back at this in like a year or two after it stops, they'll look at it, they'll take a really good look at it and be like, wow, Ethan was on the right. Because again, he has myriads of on his own personal channel, Ethan Klein, he has myriads of videos like this that just, clearly prove who's right and who's the moronic retard supporting terrorists for the sake of supporting Palestine. Like, hell yeah. Where from their point of view, it looks really good right now. But like I said, after this whole drama, he's gonna get buried in this because it looks so bad. Like, holy shit.